Well, it turns out that the prediction I made back when I reviewed episode 65 regarding Amethio's future was spot on. See, back then I said that I could see Amethio switching sides, which is to say, he would become a good guy. He would team up with Liko and company, because he and Liko worked together, spoke amicably with each other, and even found common ground. Things Spinel ultimately used to get Amethio basically fired from the Explorers, putting him in a position to question his loyalty to the organization, more specifically their leader, his grandfather Gibeon, and his purpose, which to this point had been to fulfill his grandfather's wish. Throw in his distrust of Spinel into the mix, and you can clearly see why I was able to foresee that Amethio would end up turning over a new leaf. Something that was just confirmed by the special preview that aired alongside episode 82. Which, among many other things that I will discuss in another video, shows Amethio facing down his own grandfather alongside Liko and friends, proving that yes, he will no longer be on the side of the Explorers. Something that again was already apparent based on what happened in episodes 64 and 65. However, this only put Amethio in a sort of limbo, unsure of what path he should follow. Having his father Crabe, or rather Cervantes, which was recently revealed to be his English name, refused to let him see the information the Exceed company has on Laquium back in episode 78, likely pushed Amethio further away from the Explorers. But it's the episode we are discussing in this video, episode 83, which will prove to be the final push Amethio needs to finally turn his back away from his organization and his family. Episode 83, which is titled The Truth Revealed, Amethio's Determination, will center on Onia and Zirc infiltrating the Exceed company while wearing disguises, taking a page from Jesse and James's playbook in order to figure out what Spinel is up to. They will run into Amethio, who is still skulking around the company, aiming to do the same. They will clearly find information regarding Laquium and its effects, specifically relating to the experiment Spinel conducted in episode 64 using his own Umbreon. It's unclear what exactly they will uncover and if they will figure out something we don't already know, but whatever they find will lead them to what I assume is Amethio's family estate. This is obviously a very fancy mansion, right? And it features a portrait of a woman that looks very much like Amethio and Gibeon. Now, who could this woman be? Well, my first guess was that this is Amethio's mother, who has yet to be mentioned, making her Cervantes' wife. It's unclear if she's still alive, but given this lavish portrait in such a prominent spot, I would say she isn't. My second guess was that she's also Gibeon's daughter. I mean, she looks exactly like him. However, we know Cervantes, who conversely looks nothing like him, is his son. They can't both be his children, right? Or rather, they can, I just hope they aren't for obvious reasons. But then Cervantes somehow found a wife that looks like his father? That also doesn't add up. My third guess was that this is Amethio's grandmother, aka Gibeon's wife. But again, much like with Cervantes, did he really manage to find a wife that looks just like him, leading to a son that looks nothing like them and a grandson that does look like them? Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot about this family that doesn't add up. Alternatively, this could also be Amethio's sister or Cervantes' sister, which would mean she is Gibeon's daughter after all, and clearly only she inherited his looks. Also, presumably, given the portrait, he also thinks more highly of her. In any case, we can all agree that this woman is somehow related to Amethio, Gibeon, and Cervantes. Regardless, what Amethio will learn at his presumed family estate is what will prove to be the final straw that breaks the Camerup's back. This will likely be the truth the title of the episode hints at, though the preview does not reveal or even hint at what this revelation might be. Though I reckon it could be related to Hamber, who seems to be in the same location holding a Zygarde cell, which obviously belongs to Gibeon's Zygarde, who used them to attempt to contain the Laquium 100 years ago, as shown in episode 75. Perhaps Hamber knows of this incident and he uses the Zygarde cell as evidence when recounting the story to Amethio. Learning that his grandfather's greed almost led into the apocalypse might just be what pushes Amethio to go against them. Now, speaking of the Zygarde cells, the rest of them are shown in the preview too, surrounding what I can only assume is the very same cluster of Laquium crystals that Lucius, Gibeon, and Risto found, which led to their falling out, the near end of the world, Zygarde sacrificing its cells to prevent it, Gibeon's apparent demise, etc. At first I thought this might be some facility the explorers have where they were able to recreate Laquium crystals and the Zygarde cells. There's clearly a dome surrounding them, suggesting that this is not a natural place. This would explain why Hamber has a Zygarde cell. I doubt he was there 100 years ago to somehow retrieve one, and these certainly don't grow on trees. But at the same time, this could be the dome Terapagos used to seal the cluster of Laquium and Lucius in Laqua. And Gibeon is simply thinking about what awaits him in Laqua. Seeing as his Zygarde is seen in its 50% form in the special preview, it will somehow get enough cells to once again assume its stronger form. We just don't know how or when. Though if they were somehow able to recreate Laquium crystals, why do they even need to go to Laqua? They already have what they want, unless the ones they made are not as pure, as powerful as the real ones, meaning that they still need them to fulfill their plans. Finally, Spinel is shown talking to someone, presumably Gibeon, presumably about said plans. We know he intends to be the one who fulfills Gibeon's wish. So yeah, this episode is shaping up to be a very interesting one that will certainly have a massive, monumental effect on this series, its story, and its characters, leading up to the epic climax, aka the final confrontation at Laqua in a few episodes. I absolutely cannot wait. I will of course review this episode after it airs, and I will also cover the special preview in its own separate video very soon. So make sure you stay tuned. Now I'm sure you're eager to check out my reviews of the previous episodes as well, so go ahead and click on the links on screen. Also, if you enjoy what I do and want to help me keep creating content like this, please consider supporting me directly through one of the links in the description below. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.